name is Katrina, and today I'm going to take you through chair fitness strength. So for this, you will need a chair, nothing with wheels. So you want to make sure that it's not going to roll around on you. And ideally, when you sit in that chair, you're able to put your feet nice and firm on the ground. If you have weights, some light hand weights. If you don't have weights, you can use a water bottle, some cans. If none of those options work for you and you just want to see how your body feels, you don't have that equipment, it's okay just to move your arms and your legs through the movements without weights. But I will be showing with weights. And also a water bottle so that you can grab water at any time and it's nice and convenient tucked on the side of your chair. So to start off with, we're going to start with those weights if you have them. Sitting towards the edge of your chair so those feet are nice and firm. You are up tall. If you need to use the back of the chair for more stability, then please do. Remember, as we go through any of these exercises, if something doesn't feel good, don't do it. If you have some injuries on one of the body parts that we're working, it's okay to sit that one out and join back in at any time. So starting off with, we're going to have those elbows bent slightly, palms are up, and we're going to do a bicep curl. So we're going to lower down, keeping a little tiny bend on those elbows, and then curl up towards the shoulders. So lowering down, curling up. Fingers are nice and loose so we're not over gripping. If you have cans, that might be a little more difficult, but just try to hold them lightly so that you don't raise that blood pressure. And as we curl up and down, if you find that whatever weight you're using becomes a little bit too much, remember it's okay to always alternate at any time, listening to your body and doing what feels best for you. So lower and lift. That chest is up nice and tall. As you lower and lift through that movement, we're going to do 4 more here. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those arms release, shoulders roll back. So from here, feet firm on the ground, we're going to do a squat. So there's a couple different options for the squat. If you know that you don't want to come out of the chair, then I want you to stay with the first one. So first thing, I want you to think about pressing those heels in the ground. I want you to squeeze through your bottom. You're going to feel yourself kind of lift up a little bit taller and the knees down. So we're pushing, lift, and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. So again, if this feels perfect, I want you to stay right here. If you feel comfortable coming out of that chair, you can just try a little bit. Just like you would normally coming out of a chair, you feel a little lift and you decide, oh, I'd rather not, so you sit back down. Option, if that feels good and you would like to make it a little bit bigger, you can stand up and sit down. I'm going to stay in that middle option where you bring off just a little bit and then come back down. So you listen to your body. We're going to go 4 more here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go back to that upper body. So make sure those feet are nice and firm again. We're going to hinge forward, shoulders slide back away from your ears. Bringing those arms out in front of you, and you're squeezing back and then forward. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see from the side. As I squeeze back, drawing those elbows towards one another. So this is working those upper back muscles that help with our posture, help us stand a little bit taller. Squeezing. And as you come forward, you still keep a little tiny bend on those elbows. Squeezing back, excellent. We're going to go 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and sit up tall, roll those shoulders back. This next one, I'm going to show this with the weight on my leg. Remember, you don't need weights, or if it feels like it's too much, you can place the weights on the other leg. The closer the weight is to my hip, the less weight I have. The further out towards my knee, the more weight. So I'm going to put mine right in the middle, nice and tall. I'm going to open my leg out to the side and then back into the center, just like you're stepping out of the car and back into the center. So notice that as we open out to the side, we still want to keep that torso nice and still. So if you find that you're starting to lean over to one side, make that movement just a little bit smaller. How are those hips feeling? Remember, smaller movement. If those hips don't feel good either, or maybe this is one that you skip because it doesn't feel good for your hips. We're going to go 4 more. Probably tell those legs are getting tired. 3 more. 2, and 1. let that leg relax. We're not gonna go to the other one yet. Go ahead and hinge forward again. Bring those arms up, and I'm gonna show you from the side. You have those hands almost like they're in your pockets, and we're going to push out and then back into those pockets. So this is focused on those triceps, those muscles on the back of our arm, as we push out and then slide back in just to those pockets. We're not bringing those weights up to our shoulders. That movement is nice and controlled. We're going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And so from here, stand nice and tall. We're not going to forget that left leg. Don't worry. That chest is up. Weight wherever you're comfortable if you're using the weight on your leg. And now we're going to open out to the side and then back in. But don't be surprised if you find that one leg feels more comfortable than the other. That is very normal, especially if you've had any injuries. And you'll definitely find that maybe one side moves a little easier than the other. Check in with that torso again. How big of a movement can you make without that torso? Sliding over to the side, stepping out. And how about 4 more? We're almost there. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. This next one's going to work our shoulders. And please remember, if you have any shoulder issues, this is going to be our movement. If that doesn't feel good, you can make the movement smaller. Maybe you go without weights on this. If there's a lot of shoulder issues, this might just be the one that you skip to listen to your body. So elbows are bent, shoulders down away from those ears, and we're going to start by alternating, lifting out and back in, out and back in. Now, if the alternating feels like it's perfect for you, I want you to stay with that. If you feel comfortable going with both arms, you can lift those arms out and back in again. Perfect. Nice and tall on that posture. Bring those arms out, shoulder height only. We don't want to go above that. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let those shoulders release. Weights are just going to rest on my legs if you have them. Chest up nice and tall. Now we're going to do an extension. So the first option is to tap my heel out and pull back in, out and pull back in. Stay here if this feels good for you. If you're comfortable having that foot off the ground and extending out, just like you're kicking somebody, but we're going to go a little bit slower. And as you extend, make sure that you keep a little tiny bend on that knee. So we always want to protect those joints. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that foot down. We're going to go back to our upper body. Don't worry, we'll do that left side in a moment. Arms out in front of you. Another exercise for our shoulders. So this one, we're lifting our arms out in front of us, coming into that shoulder height. Lifting. So again, option to alternate, or you can go with both arms. Remember, any shoulder issues, maybe you don't use weight or you skip this option if it's not working for you. Lifting up, coming back down. Little tiny bend on those elbows. Double check that chest is lifted towards the sky. Can we go 4 more? You're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Shoulders release. Let's go to that left leg now for those extensions. So again, maybe we tap the heel out and in, or maybe you extend out. Keeping that chest up. It's a little bit harder when you don't have that second foot for support there. Lengthening. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're almost done. We got 2 more exercises. This next one, we're going to bring those arms back down to our sides again. I'm going to show you side view. So here, my arms are nice and long. I'm going to push the weight back and then come in just to my hips. So I'm keeping that tension. I'm not bringing it down below my shoulder. So we're pressing back and then in. So with your chair, depending on how wide your chair is, you might need to go out just a little bit wider so that you don't hit your arms or those weights on your chair. So we're pushing back, back. Just 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Those shoulders shrug. Okay, last one we're gonna do, we're gonna go back into that squat, because squat's something that we do every day, multiple times, so we always wanna make sure that those muscles are nice and strong. So with our squat, remember those options. You can squeeze through your bottom, press through those heels. So leaning forward just slightly, just like you're trying to come out of that chair, but you're not really sure if you want to. Stay here if this is good for you. Remember, if you want to lift up just a little bit, pressing through those heels. As you lift up, I didn't say this earlier, but remember, you're always lifting up, making sure that that chair is really close to you, so you know exactly where it is. Maybe you use your hand as you come down to just double check. If this option feels good and you want to stand all the way up, you can stand up and then back down. We're gonna go 4 more. I'll stay in that other option. 3, 2, and 1. You guys did great. Thank you. If this feels great and you'd like to get a good stretch on, please go to the stretching video that follows.